manly projects. Like and subscribe.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is episode 2 for the CBR400RR. What a nightmare we've had with the strip down, but check it out. Let me know your comments, let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you on the next one.
So we start with removing the fairings from the bike. Once they're removed, we'll then get on to removing the bracket that holds the windscreen. Then onto the rear fairing sections and tail section. After that, disconnect the fuel pump and fuel connections to remove the tank. Disconnect the rear wiring to the light section to remove the indicators and rear light and tail section. After that, we disconnect and remove the battery holder and wiring connection harnesses so that we can then remove the rear subframe.
Okay, so we're going to get the exhaust removed now, which will then give us access to the oil filter, oil drain plug, and then obviously we can get the oil drained out and then get access to the external case covers on each side, get them removed because they are going to go off for paint and to be restored. Let's get on with that now then.
So this should be an easy process, just a case of removing the 8M10 bolts. As you can see here, bit of penetrating oil, getting a bit of light in there to obviously see, and obviously we'll get them undone and get the exhaust removed. It should be a straightforward, easy removal.
Well, some of them come out. Got a couple of broken studs, and we've got 2 that's up in here. Actually, on this side here somewhere. Can't get them, so gonna need to. They've completely rounded off the nuts, so I'm gonna need to get something on them, try and get them off. But I will do that now.
So the process here is to get a small socket, an M8 in this case, 8mm, and hammer it onto the existing nut and get that removed. Then we're going to remove the oil drain plug, remove the oil, and then obviously trying to just get some of them existing studs out with a stud extractor, and then on to removing the 8 bolts on the side casings, and then again onto the other side casing, removing the bolts from there. Obviously these were all siliconed in, which was never easy. So I'm going to start by getting access to the radiator, removing the radiator cover, and then obviously removing the radiator. We'll then get access to the airbox by removing the 10 bolts that hold that in at the top, which will then give us a bit better access to get to the cam cover casing, which we can remove, which will go off for paint and to be restored. A few other parts that we're going to remove on the bike at this time, just removing the rear hangers, rear brake calipers, and obviously rear hugger, just whilst we're at it. This will obviously give us a little bit of better access.
So we're just trying to get these broken studs out. So it's been a good few days, had them soaking, and they seem to be coming out all right. So I'll just show you the tool that I'm using. This is sort of an extractor tool, and that's what I'm sort of going to take these out with now. So. There you go. So I don't know if you can see that, it's snapped that right off in there, so we're gonna have to try and drill that one out. This one's been a little bit of a pig. This one obviously somebody'd already drilled out at some point, so I had the stud I got out of there. But yeah, so I've got to get to that one, we'll have to drill that, and this one we'll have a go at trying to see if we can get that out.
So using the stud extractor, just trying to get onto that small piece of stud to see if we can get that out. As you can see here, proving very, very difficult to get that stud removed. So to gain better access, we're going to obviously remove the front wheel. To do this, we're going to remove the front brake calipers, removing the spindle, removing the wheel, then obviously removing the 2 bolts that hold the suspension strut in, and then obviously gaining access to the throttle, removing the throttle from the clip-on, which will then enable us to remove the bolts which hold the clip-on on, and obviously enable us to remove that front suspension strut. Now, whilst we're at it, going to sort of start stripping some other bits in. As the front wheel is off, we'll remove the back wheel. That means these can obviously go to have the tyres removed and obviously have the wheels restored and repainted. This will obviously give us a bit better access to a few other parts on the bike, enabling us to clean up the rear. Now we've obviously gained access, I'm going to start just cleaning the threads up on the existing exhaust bolts, just using some WD-40 and M6 threaded nut and bolt, and then just using obviously a drill just to sort of clean them up, rather than using a tap, which sometimes can distort the existing thread. So once we've cleaned them up, obviously we will insert the new stainless steel exhaust studs. Hopefully these should last a bit better and be a bit, less resistant to corrosion and to snapping, like the last ones did. Once we've obviously got all those inserted, just by using obviously an M10 sort of tool, we can obviously use that to screw those in. It's nice and easy, ready for us to start drilling and see if we can get access to drilling those existing exhaust studs out.
So I've been drilling out the studs now from the block that had snapped off, and we're now going to start to try and see if we can thread repair them. So I've got this, which is, let me see that, a recoil thread repair kit. This is an M6 by 1 thread. So this will drill out the hole to 6.3 millimeters, and then we will insert coil, and then that should give us the M6 thread for them two that snapped off that we couldn't get out with the stud extractor. The other one here that has that somebody had already drilled out and made to an M8, what we're going to try and do with that, where it obviously wasn't quite right, it was only probably about 1D, which is probably about 8 mil of depth of thread, which isn't enough really for the exhaust bolt to be in. You want at least about 1.5D, 2D, which is 2 times the diameter of the bolt that's in there basically. So what we're going to be doing with that is I'm going to drill that out to a larger size, and then I'm going to re-tap that to M8, and then the idea is to put an M8 to M6 reducer thread insert in there, which I'm just waiting on at the moment. So that's what we're going to do now. So I'll get on with that and come back to you afterwards.
So drilled them out to 4 mil, then used a 5 mil drill bit, then used the drill in the kit to obviously remove it out to the 6.3 to then obviously be able to insert the thread inserts. Great kit, great bit of kit, can't recommend it enough. Check out Recoil, absolutely works a treat for anything like this where you've got broken studs. And as you can see, didn't take too long once we'd obviously got them drilled out to get the new inserts in.
Here you go. These are the new stainless steel M6 bolts, all in now. These are the two, this one here and this one here, that we had to do the thread tap inserts into. This is the M8 hole, which I don't know if you can just see in there, but that's now tapped to M8. So once we get the thread insert to that, That'll then reduce that to M6, and then we can get the M6 bolt in. So we can put that one in, ready to go. And then these are all sorted. So that was fun. Thanks for watching. That was episode 2. Like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Episode 3 will continue on with the project for the restoration. Till next time.